Hey, what's going on everyone? I'm the OPJellicent and we're back here on Pokemon Showdown today, going to be building around Double Dense Landorus-T right here. So, you may be wondering why I'm building around Landorus-T when it's on so many OU teams, or maybe you aren't, who knows, but there are two main reasons. The first one being that my friend Iron Flash Gaming, you may have heard me mention several times on this channel, actually wanted to see what I would come up with around Dual Dense Landorus-T right here, so that's one reason, and the other one is I actually figured that Double Dense Landorus-T is not even that common of a set, as common as Landorus-T is, so I figured it could have its own video around it for sure, and we're going to be seeing what we can do right here. So we're going to build a team, then we're going to be testing out the team on the OU ladder, making any changes to it that we do feel are necessary, and the final team will be down below in the description for all of you to try out. So looking at the EV spread right here, this set was actually passed to me by Iron Flash Gaming, who said he wanted me to use it, so he said that the speed was enough for most Scarfers. I believe it does not outspeed Scarf, Protean, Gren, or Scarf Koko, so we have to watch out for that, but after a Rock Polish, it should be able to outspeed everything else. Pretty much max attack and then just a little bit of HP investment right here, so I really like the spread. It is also our Z-move user, so we can't unfortunately run another one, but it's definitely a very solid one right here. It provides more coverage with that Flyinium Z Supersonic Sky Strike right now, so it should be a ton of fun right here, and pretty much the only real archetype that this Landorus-T fits on is Hyper Offense. Like, you need to be behind screens, or I've seen it work on webs a couple times, like webs plus Rock Polish allows you to outspeed pretty much every Scarfer, Scarf Gren, Scarf Koko, even Scarf Zeraora if you want to consider that, but I pretty much should say that Hyper Offense is the best archetype for this Pokemon right here, so we're going to be using a Pokemon that I actually don't use too much. Well, a set that I don't use too much. I use Koko a lot, obviously, but we're going to be using Dual Screens Tapu Koko right here, which I believe I've only ever used once on the channel right now, but pretty much there's no variation to this set that you run on these things. It's just Light Screen, Taunt, Reflect, U-Turn right here, and you obviously want to run Light Clay to extend your screen turns right here, and then I'm going to go ahead and get that odd HP stat, of course, so this allows Landorus-T to more easily set up on Pokemon like Ferrothorn, opposing Landorus-T. Like, behind Light Screen, HPS is only going to do like 40% about, so that's definitely very helpful right now, and then we can obviously go with max speed right here, and obviously, you don't want any sort of defoggers defogging away your screen, so Taunt is very useful in that regard, and we can go ahead and put the remaining into attack right here. I believe the 8 attack investment allows us to guaranteed Oko Hoop on Bound. I believe that's what it is, but I know it has some sort of importance, and then I really like this combination right here. I definitely think the screens plus this can really help out. Unfortunately, as offensive as this core is, we still don't have any hazards on the board and no hazard control. I don't even know if I'm going to add hazard control, to be completely honest, just because we're running hyper offense. The idea is you set up your hazards, get up screens, and go in, so I don't know, we'll see. Maybe I'll add something like a defog Scarf Katana later. That's definitely a potential option for a late game cleaner right now, but I definitely want hazards of my own, so maybe a secondary Sash lead Pokemon could definitely do that. I don't really want to run Sash Drill plus Lando. I feel like that kind of overlaps as much as we're just going to be throwing both Pokemon out, but I don't know, maybe Sash Protean Gren could work. I don't really use Gren a lot, Protean Gren in particular. I used to use Ash Greninja a lot, but I kind of stopped using that as of late too, so I don't know, maybe we can use Protean Gren right here and go with just like maybe dual hazards. I mean, Spikes T-Specs would be the best thing. I don't know if it gets anything else, so I mean, it can work, and we probably want to run Taunt on this too, just to prevent those defogs, as I said. So yeah, let's see if this works out right here. Obviously, dual lead is kind of throwing away 2 Pokemon right off the start, but when you can pressure their team so much with a ton of setup, I feel like with the hazards up, it could be worth it right here. So we'll go with Taunt, dual hazards, and then I guess Ice Beam would be the best coverage. Maybe we can run Gunk Shot for Clef, I don't know, because I feel like we can break Clef with the rest of the team, depending on what we add. But I think the spread that I want to run right here is just max speed, max special attack, of course, and I'll be running Focus Sash on this thing as well too, just because like unlike Koko, this can actually not take many hits, and it might get O-code, but Koko has a really nice speed stat right here, which I did not put a nature on, and because of that we can outspeed stuff, get the appropriate screen up, live any hit, and then get the other one as we go down. So that's why we're running Light Clay on this, but no but no Sash on Koko right here, and then we have Sash on Gren, so yeah, and then we'll go ahead and put the 4 into defense right here. So we got dual hazards and dual lead right now. So that can definitely really help out our Lando. I really want to see some Lando sweeps this live. Like, as much as I want to win the games, if it's with Lando, that's even better, of course. So in terms of Pokemon that we want to add now, it's mainly just pressuring their team as much as we can. Lots of setup. Unfortunately, we've already used all our Z-move slots, so I can't really run anything like Shift Gear Magearna with Fairy Z or anything like that as much as I want to. I mean, I've run double Z in the past, but it's kind of like gimmicky, I don't know. Maybe I can run, I mean, I haven't run, I mean, I'd love to run Zygarde with Dragonium Z, but same thing, the Z overlap. I could run the Figgy Berry Zygarde set, I haven't used that in several months. I'm kind of curious as to whether it's still good. Let's get back to that if I feel as though that could work out. Mawile is definitely a nice Mega option. I mean, I'm pretty sure traditional teams run Mega Gyarados, and honestly, I think I need Mega Gyarados on this team just because, like, Landorus can pressure opposing Landorus to come in, you can weaken them, and then you don't have to worry about Helmet or anything like that, so I think we will go with Mega Gyarados right here, and we'll just be running Dragon Dance 3 attacks. I don't really like the substitute set. I found that it just gets you worn down, and a ton of U-turn users just wear you down anyway, so yeah, I'll go ahead and run Dragon Dance right here, and then we'll be running Waterfall, of course, Crunch, and do I want to go with Earthquake or Ice Fang? I mean, we aren't really weak to Tran at all. I mean, Protean Grand can't touch it, but these two are going to get up hazards on it anyway. I feel like we might want to go with Ice Fang. I mean, but then again, Waterfall can hit Lando anyway. We kind of have Landorus of our own to be able to intimidate opposing Zygarde. Let's go with Earthquake, I think. It can be more helpful against stuff like opposing Magearna, for example, and I really like that, so we still have 2 slots available, of course. Definitely lots of options. We can't add an Omni Booster because, once again, Z move slot's taken. That Z slot being taken is so vital right here. I mean, Volcarona is an option, but I don't have hazard control, and I really don't want to have them get up rocks. Even though we have 2 taunt users, they could always get them up at some point after. So, in terms of Pokemon that I want to continue adding then, I don't know, I'm really curious to see whether this Zygarde is still relevant or not, because if it is, then it can definitely do some work behind the screens. I used to run it on Aurora Veil a lot, just to like get some quick points on the ladder, but I'm kind of curious. Let's see, I don't actually remember the spread anymore. I think it was something like 164 here, and then like 192, and then the remaining in attack. This is probably way off, but I'll get it double checked. I'm pretty sure the spread is still on Smogon right here, so I'll go ahead and go with Adamant right now, I guess. I don't know, the stats are really wrong right here, but I do remember the moveset. It is Figgy Berry with Dragon Dance, Coil, 1000 Arrows, and Extreme Speed. And yeah, that's gonna be really good behind screens right here. We kind of have double ground pressure, so like you can use one ground type to pressure ground resist, and then you can use the other one to break through the rest of the team. It's kind of the idea right here. And then 1 slot left, so obviously it's hyper offense, so we really don't want to add anything too passive. I feel like a Scarfer could be good. Like I said, Scarf Defa Cortana is there. There's a ton of other Scarfers that could be good, though. I don't really want to add anything that's like super weak to hazards, I'm not gonna lie. Like Scarf Blacephalon could be cool here too, or I guess Scarf Lele could be good, but then we're preventing our extreme speed under Psychic Terrain, and I don't know how much I like that, so I mean, what kind of adds us just a good amount of speed control in general could be Hawlucha. Koko plus Lucha, like with the added speed, we could definitely just not have to worry about a Scarfer at all. I kind of like that idea, instead of adding a Scarfer in general, because I don't want to add Scarf Lele due to priority. I don't really want to add a Scarfer that's weak to hazards, and I don't know, there's not really a ton of other options, so I feel like I'm just going to go with Hawlucha right now, and if Hawlucha isn't working out, I'll add a different Scarfer, but it would either be Hawlucha or Cortana, right? So I'll go ahead and go with Hawlucha right here. I believe the spread is, I remember it's max attack Adamant, and then it's 124 in speed, which I believe it allows you to outspeed every single Scarfer in the meta, which is definitely very good. And then it was 36 here and 96 here, I believe, so this looks right to me. I think I got this one right. I'll double check the Zygarde, but we'll go ahead and go with Electric Seed right here, and then we'll go with High Jump Kick. Let me make sure I put Unburden on here before I forget. Acrobatics, Swords Dance, and Roost, and that looks good to me right here, so correct abilities on everything, used every, well, make sure that my Gyarados actually has Intimidate before Mega Evolving, of course, there we go, and then yeah, everything else looks pretty good right here. We've used all our EVs. Obviously, we can make any changes to the team that we want while we are battling. And yeah, I'll be right back with our first game. Okay, I got the first game right here. Unfortunately, my opponent has a Weavile, which is like not very good for my Landorus-T because of Ice Shard, but it looks like Hawlucha might be able to do this, be able to sweep his team right here, but I think in terms of leads, I might just want to lead off with my Greninja here, as he may lead Victini and probably it might be Scarf. It actually leads off with a Weavile, so kind of curious as to what this Weavile is. I'll go for a nice Spike here, as it actually looks like his Adamant Weavile, which is really interesting, and he goes for Pursuit. So, I mean, I'll just click Spike again. Is he Adamant Sash Weavile? Is that what this is? I'll go here into my Tapu Koko now, and I'll be able to go right here for the Reflect, as he goes Gliscor, and I'll be taunting him right now to prevent the Defog. Yep, and now what I can do is get up my other screen, and then go right here for a U-turn into perhaps my Mega Gyarados could be good. Yeah, I don't see a problem with that, but then his own Mega Gyarados could maybe wall me. So let's just go out here into Landorus and go right now for a perhaps SD or Rock Polish maybe. Rock Polish is not bad. I feel like SD is the better play. So let's go ahead and do that. He's going to defog everything away. I get a kill now, which is like what I want. So give me this Gliscor. Now we can go out into the Weavile, of course, and I will be going out into my Gyarados on this. On the pretty obvious Ice Shard, of course, and now what I can do is just Mega Evolve right here and go right for Dragon Dance on the Tapu Lele. This is most definitely Scarf Lele, so I gotta watch out here. And maybe sack off my... Well, I guess I should just stay in, right? It's not Scarf and I knock it out. Okay, so that's pretty cool. Let's see what a Scarfer is then. Maybe it's Scarf Victini, perhaps? Like, your only other option is going Gyarados, but... Like, I can beat Gyarados with my team. So he goes Victini. Is this actually Scarf? Nope. And that goes down too, so out comes a Weavile. I will be Earthquaking Weavile here. That goes down. So Mega Gyarados looks like it's going to clutch this first game right here. I'm not playing around with this. I'm going to go Tapu Koko and then U-turn out directly to Hawlucha. Right. Now what I do is bring this out and I click high jump kick twice. And that's a miss, okay, but he actually choked. He actually did choke right there. If I hit this one, then I'm fine anyway, good. So I don't know why he didn't attack me. He would have actually just won, but... I mean, I'll take that. I don't know why he didn't attack me right there. Maybe... I mean, I might have lived with the defense boost, I don't know. But I get to high jump kick here and knock that Pokemon out too, so... I don't know why he went Lele. I guess it wasn't Scarf Lele and he was trying to bluff me. It nearly worked too. I nearly switched my Gyarados out, but my best play was definitely to stay in, because if he was Scarf... I would get to see that he was locked into Moonblast and play accordingly, but that definitely worked out for us right there, and yeah, had he attacked me and it actually knocked me out, I don't know what I would have done right there, but I guess it would have come down to maybe whether or not he had Ice Fang, because Zygarde might have been able to take it on, but I'll take the win, and I'll be right back with another game. Okay, so this is going to be game number 2 right here. It looks a lot more possible for Landorus-T this time. Just gotta get a bit of chip on things like his own Lando, Zygarde, and perhaps Scizor, but I could use my Z move on Scizor. In terms of leads here, I mean, Gren is really good. So is Koko. I think I'll lead Gren, though, as he leads Koko. So maybe he's also dual screens, I guess. He has a pretty offensive team, but then he has Toxapex, so not quite sure. I'll go for a Spike here, as he just goes for Toxic. And I'll click Spike again. I don't want him Thunderbolting or anything like that. If anything, he'll U-turn here. He actually goes Scizor. I will Taunt Scizor to prevent a potential Defog, as yeah, he does have Defog on this set, so... Now what I can do is get up a third Spike, and he'll probably be knocking me out, maybe. Now he goes ahead and goes for a U-turn, so I guess if he's defog Koko as well, that would be pretty frustrating. Goes Landorus, but I actually died to Hazard, so that might be better for me depending on what his set is. So let's go out here into Gyarados and see how he wants to respond to this Mon. So I'll be going for Dragon Dance right here, as he's going to be going for U-turn. Brings out Toxapex. I do have Earthquake on this set, so I'll be able to Mega Evolve here and go for Earthquake, and it might knock him out, I think. Yeah, just straight up gets rid of Toxapex right there, so... Now, I guess if he Scarf Koko, he may go out into that. But he clicked Toxic turn 1, so I'm not quite sure. I'll be clicking Waterfall here, as he goes for U-turn. I guess now his best play would be bringing out Scizor and clicking U-turn with that. But he made Defog too, which is a little bit scary. I'll go for Waterfall here. It's not even able to 2-hit KO, which is really unfortunate, but he didn't Roost, thankfully. I thought he might Roost and then Defog after that, but... Now we're in an okay spot right here. Because I have that thing weakened, I still have my Z move intact for Lando, so what I need to do now is try to get up the screens that I was talking about, as he goes Tapu Koko here. So is this Defog or not? He gave me Terrain, but I can't go out into Hawlucha on this, so I'll be going to Tapu Koko now, and I'll taunt him here and see if I can maybe win a tie. As he goes Landorus-T, I can get up a Reflect here, and because he revealed lefties, right? So I'll be able to live the Earthquake. Then what I can do is get up the Light Screen, as he actually goes for a U-turn. I don't know if he can stop my win here, is the idea, because... I mean, I guess maybe he could just go hard Scizor, and I don't know if it'll take the Spikes plus U-turn. It probably does, but I can just taunt that, so that's not a big deal. if he's Scarf Blacephalon, I think with the light screen up, I should be fine in that regard. And at this point, my Landorus wins, which I will be trying to go for game with that, so... Out comes Zygarde. I think I should taunt it first here. As he actually goes for Protect, so... This is kind of frustrating. It's kind of stalling out my screen turns right now. I'll click Taunt again, and then bring out my Lando here, and try to do what I've been trying to do this entire live right now, which is, he can only attack me. I have a screen up, right? So, I'll be going for Rock Polish here, and then I still have enough screen turns, right? So I can go for an SD now, as he goes for the Hidden Power Ice. And then what I can do now is go for my Supersonic Sky Strike, and I think I can maybe win the game with Landorus here, because I'll be able to knock that Pokemon out. I don't know if anything could take a +1 EQ. Like, Zygarde took Hazards already. I still have a screen up too, so I can always go for the Swords Dance again if I want to be safe. So do I SD again, or do I feel like I just Earthquake. I think it'll knock him out. It's +1 max attack Adamant Lando. It actually did live, but as I said, because of my screen, I'm able to go ahead and take the attack just fine. And I'll be able to click Earthquake just, I think, 4 more times here and just win the game. I don't know why he did that too, because I'll be able to live the hit from Scissor. Yeah, this won't be able to do anything to me, unless he crits Bullet Punch. But he's not able to go ahead and do that, and it looks like the first Lando sweep has been secured for the lives, so... Unless he has... This doesn't get priority. Yeah, that's going to go down. Even Shuka won't live, so that's good for me, and then I'll be able to outspeed Blacephalon. So that's definitely very cool right there. I'm glad that was able to work out. And first Lando sweep has been secured. Hopefully it won't be the only one. And I'll be right back with another game. Okay, I got the third game right here. Going to be up against a pretty balanced looking team right here for sure. Once again, Landorus-T actually does have potential here. My priorities are going to be breaking the Mimikyu's disguise as soon as possible and getting up as many hazards and screens as I can right away. So what I think I want to do right here is lead off right with my Greninja, as he's going to lead off with Mew. I think my best play right away would be to go for a Spike, as he's going to go out into Toxapex here. I don't want him getting up T-Spikes, so I'm going to be going for a Taunt right now. And then, I mean, like, what would T-Specs actually do? 3 of my setup mons are immune, but I guess Zygarde is a kind of a win con here too. It's just that Zygarde is less of a win con because he has some other things. So it actually brings out Tangrowth, so I will continue clicking Spike here, as he goes for a Giga Drain. Do I Ice Beam or do I get up the third one? I feel like I get up the third one. And then I go Landorus-T. And click the Swords Dance maybe, as he goes out into his zone. Ideally, I'm faster, and I'll be able to go ahead and just knock him out to prevent a defog. So it looks like he might be Scarf, which is, I guess, okay, because I'll be able to go ahead and get rid of Landorus right here. Out comes Mew. This most probably has that Ice Beam attack, so I'll be switching out here on the Ice Beam, right? And then what I can do now is just go right for my screens. I guess I should Taunt first, in case he has rocks on this. Yeah, and then what I can do now is just go for Reflect. Actually, I should probably Light Screen first. Because, yeah, I don't want him getting up rocks to pressure my Gyarados, because Gyarados can win this game now, too. So there's a screen. I can go for the Reflect now. And then I'll be taunting him again after, of course. So let's go for the Taunt here to prevent rocks, and then go for the U-turn now. Into perhaps maybe Gyarados here. Yeah, and then what I can do now is Mega Evolve and just go for a Dragon Dance perhaps, and try to work with that right now. So let's go for Dragon Dance here. I don't know if I Oko Toxapex from full, but Earthquake's my play. It nearly goes down, as he's able to haze me. I'll just take the kill here. I don't want him actually... He actually does switch out. So I'll be going for Dragon Dance again. Like, if I get rid of Tangrowth, my Zygarde has a ton of fun late games, so I'm going to be trying to do this right now. And let's go for a Crunch here, maybe. Yeah, do a good amount there, and then what I can do now is just go for another Crunch here, as he gives me Toxapex, and I don't actually know if he can go out into another Pokemon, because, okay, he's going to go back to Tangrowth, so he just wants it healthy. So he sees that, like, that's his response to Zygarde. I guess maybe Mimikyu, but that's not going to work out for him. So I'm able to Crunch there for a good amount. I already used my Z move, I think, so that's not really an option anymore. I think I'll be going back to Koko here, and I'll click Reflect first, just in case he has Earthquake. Yeah, and now what I can do is go for Light Screen. It was kind of 50-50 there, because I think I went down to Giga Drain anyway, but yeah, now I can go for the Light Screen, and then of course taunt this thing again here. And then what I can do now is just go right for a... I mean, I should just click Reflect again. I feel like this Pokemon needs to go down. Or do I U-turn out into something else? Just knock me out, thank you. Now what I can do is go out into Hawlucha here, get my defense boost, as he may have Will-O-Wisp, of course, but I can go for multiple SDs. And he won't be able to Will-O-Wisp me right there, so I can maybe go for SD again here. Yeah, that's an alright play, as long as I can Oko him from the next SD, so that should be good. So he just goes for Ice Beam. I think I Acrobatics here. I think I Oko him, and then maybe I can live the Mimikyu's attack behind Reflect. Goes Tyranitar, actually, so he gets the Sand Chip, which is good for him. I'll be going for Acrobatics again here. I don't think he has a way out of this without having his Mimikyu's Disguise broken, which is like my ultimate goal right here, so I'll be going for Acrobatics again. And then the problem is, I don't know if I can actually beat the Mew. Maybe I can beat it with the SD Lando, if it's not fast. Yeah, SD Lando is my way of beating that one, so let's go right here for the Acrobatics. Break the Disguise, then bring out Lando and SD up, would be the play. And I think Lando might be able to solo it, perhaps. I don't know, let's see, because I still have my Figgy Berry on Zygarde too, so that's always a factor. He's trying to figure out whether he wants to go for Shadow Sneak. It's not going to kill, I don't think so. Mimikyu has terrible attack, it has like base 90 or something, so he should just play rough here. If he misses, then I think the game's over, unless after Sand I still go down to Shadow Sneak, but I don't believe I do. And then the other scenario is obviously Mew living. Or maybe Helmet Tang, is that a thing? Oh, Tang is weakened, I just realized, so that could help out my Zygarde, potentially late game. So he does go for the play rough. Let's see if he misses, because if he misses right here, I get super lucky. He actually SDs up, so he's going to be knocking me out, of course. Now, I guess my play should be to go Landorus anyway. The problem is, I don't think I take his attacks, but Zygarde is going to get outsped and just O-code, right? So I have to go Lando here. And I should be clicking... He's going to outspeed me, right? Do I SD, or do I just Earthquake right away? I think I should Earthquake right away. He does go for the Z move. Can I live this? I don't think I'm living it. I do live it, and I'm able to knock him out, but I don't know if it'll be enough, because if he's fast Mew, then it's definitely over. He actually goes Tangrowth here. I'll be going for Fly, and then I'll be flying Mew down right now, which is cool. As maybe if I Earthquake here? I don't know, let's see how fast this Mew is. I feel like he's going to outspeed me. Yeah, he is fast Mew, okay. But he whiffed, I guess just to get back to full. Yeah, but I'll Earthquake here. And then go Zygarde, and I don't think I can 1v1 everything. I mean, I'll be going for Coil, of course. As that brings me right down to Figgy. So my hope here is that I'm able to knock him out with 1,000 arrows into extreme speed. And he's actually still outspeeds me, of course. I don't know why I overlooked that, but that guy's able to go ahead and play his win cons well. I'll go ahead and... Well, he already left the battle, so... Unfortunate match right there. I definitely thought we had a good shot. Maybe I should have just played a lot more offensively. Perhaps preserving Koko better for the late game could have been good too, but I got up screens twice in that game, so... I don't know, it was interesting, but I'll be right back with another one. Okay, so this next one right here is actually pretty interesting. It's going to be webs versus screens. Now, I think he has the advantage here just because I don't have any hazard control, but I think what's going to really benefit me here is the fact that 3 of my setup Pokemon don't care about webs. But since Zygarde is one of my best ways of winning this game, webs going up right away are going to be really big. But I'll be leading off with Greninja, and I'm going to taunt him anyway, just to prevent prevent both hazards from going up. So let's go for Taunt. If he Encores right away, then good play. But he doesn't, and I can Taunt again here. And because I have a Sash, I'll be able to take on anything he wants to try to do. So now I can get up all the hazards that I want. He probably has like Infestation or something. Should I get up a T-Spike? Yeah, I'm gonna get up a T-Spike too. As he goes Greninja. Let's go for the Spike here. What's your Grand Set? Is it just Battle Bond? It does appear to just be Battle Bond, and it does appear he just missed right there, which is really terrible for him. I mean, I can click Spike again here. Yeah, had he hit that, he would have been in a good spot right here, because... I mean, he would have had to win a speed tie again, but... to prevent this next hazard from going up, but... Let's see, maybe I can get a bit of chip damage on him right here if I win the speed tie, which I do. So he won the first one, which was the one that didn't matter, because he missed, which is really unfortunate for him. there's his Battle Bond. So I have a lot of hazards up, which is really good for me. Maybe I can just go Gyarados and win the game, but he has Mimikyu, which is like really annoying. Okay, let's go Gyarados. And let's Dragon Dance without Mega Evolving. This guy cannot hit Hydro Pumps. That's why, exactly why I run Surf. And I'll be clicking Earthquake here. I would speed him, right? Yeah, okay. And I can Earthquake here. Knock that Pokemon out. He has to go Mimikyu. Which I don't even know if that can take me on. Actually, I guess Zam would outspeed me and Focus Blast me. That's an option. Goes Magearna. That's very... He has to be Shuka here, right? Show me the Shuka Berry. Nope. Okay, I don't know what was that for, but... I'm able to go ahead and knock out Magearna. I literally just revealed Earthquake too, so... I mean, that's cool. I'll take the Magearna from him. Ghost Chuckle. Why are you throwing out every Pokemon before going Mimikyu or Zam? I'll go for Waterfall here. Just blows it away. Wow, 230 defense just got blown away by Gyarados. Okay, let's see what he brings out next. Wait, is he gonna go Bisharp next? Like, what? What are you doing? Just go Zam and try to hit the attack. There you go. Alright, let's go for Crunch here. And maybe I'll be able to dodge Focus Blast. I mean, I don't really deserve... Oh, actually, he's Modest Zam. Okay, I don't know why he's Modest, but I'm able to go ahead and... I mean, Modest Zam's a good set, I guess. I feel like I'm gonna live this. So let's go for Crunch. Oh, Mold Breaker, right. I don't know. Okay, so Mimikyu was not the play. I guess in that sense, he actually did not have any plays because he was Modest Zam, and then Mold Breaker goes through Disguise. So I forgot about the Mold Breaker, but I was under the assumption that he was Timid Zam that entire game, so... If that was the case, then I guess he didn't really have a play right there anyway, so we're able to go ahead and win that game right there. Obviously, I know I was kind of bashing him for not making the correct play right away, but I guess I wasn't him, so I didn't know that he had the Modest Zam, of course. But I'm able to go ahead and win, and I'll be right back with another game. So I always found it funny how often I use Cure in Black, and I still don't remember the effects of Mold Breaker and Terravolt very well. Like, I remember pretty well that they are able to negate Levitate, but I always forget about the other factors, like for the fact that they can go through Disguise, and also that they can, I guess, go through Wonder Guard as well. So that's definitely pretty cool, and I should probably be more wary of that. But let's go ahead and see what we can do right here. My opponent's running pretty standard Koko Medi offense right here. He has a Sweeper Bisharp, maybe Scarf Keldeo, which could be pretty frustrating, but Lando can outspeed that, and Lando's a clear win con in this game. So I'll lead off here with Gren on the Layla lead. I guess we can find out right away whether or not it is Scarf. As it appears, it is not Scarf, and he doesn't have a T-Spec Absorber, so I'll be getting up one of each here. And then I will taunt him, as he just goes for a knockoff, so that's fine. Could I just go Zygarde here and pressure your team, like a ton? I don't see why not. Let's go Zygarde. Like, the worst he can do here is just knock off my berry, but that'll give me a free Dragon Dance. Is this actually... Wait, this revealed to not be Scarf Lele, right? I still outspeed. Yeah, it's not Scarf Lele, so I can 1000 arrows here and just knock it out. Nice. And I'm still at full health with my berry intact, so that's very good. If you're Scarf Keldeo... Okay, this is gonna go down. I think. I don't know, I feel like it might live, but the damage is great for, like... I don't know, it's actually not very good, but I was pretty certain it would go down, so... I guess the damage didn't really make much difference. Goes out into this now. This is gonna go down too, unless you're Shuka. Or I guess that's the Scarfers, so... Maybe nothing else is the Scarfer. He just goes ahead and forfeits right there, so... I guess Zygarde's able to do the work. So we've gotten a sweep with, I believe, every Pokemon now except for Hawlucha. We got one Lando win. We have 2 Gyarados wins. We have the Zygarde win now. And then we have a L, so... I'm still looking for that Hawlucha win right here, but... I'll be right back with another game. Okay, so the unfortunate thing about this matchup right here is that my only hazards are Spikes and T-Spikes, so I don't have rocks to pressure the multi-skill Dragonite, so... I guess my way of breaking through that is going to be breaking the multi-skill as it sets up, and then trying to get in Hawlucha and acrobaticsing it, something like that, but... In terms of leads here, I'm going to lead Gren on his Gren. Let's see, is he Spikes 2? Or Battle Bond, maybe? Nope, okay. Let's trade, man. I mean, he has a Spinner, which is kind of, like, annoying. I'll go for Ice Beam, I guess, then. As unfortunately, he wins that tie, so he's able to go ahead and bring me down really low. I don't know if he has, like, any sort of priority, but I will be clicking Spikes again here. As he just goes for Ice Beam, and that's able to knock me out. That's honestly okay. Like, it's not that bad. And what I'm going to do right here is try to bait his Taunt, and just try to knock him out now with my Waterfall. So ideally he taunts, and I'm able to just Waterfall him nice. So that's pretty cool, at least. I'm able to go ahead and trade Grens. And I got up another hazard. Obviously, the one drawback is he got the momentum right here. I need to keep Koko. Actually, Koko can't touch Pinsir. He's just throwing out Dragonite. Okay, so as I said, I gotta attack this. And then what I gotta do is I really hope it's not Roost, first of all, and get him Tapu Koko. And then, yeah, I'm willing to sacrifice Tapu Koko because it can't actually touch the Pinsir. And then what I do is go out into my Hawlucha after. So there's the E-Speed. I could also go Lando. But because my terrain is gone, I feel like Hawlucha's the play. And what I could do now is just go for Acrobatics here. It should pick him off. Nice. And he's kind of forced to go Koko here, which I'll get a bit of chip damage on. Yeah, I'll be able to get a bit of chip damage on Koko for sure. Goes Pinsir. Knock me out through the defense boost? I don't know. Yeah, you don't. And this should knock you out. I was very skeptical about that play. I don't know why he did that, but I mean, hey, I'll take that. So he has two options here. He goes out into Mimikyu and Shadow Sneaks me, or he goes Koko. This game's not over at all. Like, I can still definitely lose, but it's a lot easier for Gyarados now. All I need to do is get in Gyarados against Excadrill, and I think I'm fine. So he probably Shadow Sneaks, right? I can bring out Landorus here. And I think just Earthquaking to break this disguise is the best play to help out my Gyarados. Well, actually, Gyarados is Mold Breaker, so I'll just Earthquake anyway. Or do I Rock Polish into a couple Earthquakes and try to win like that? Now I'm going to Earthquake first. I should have Rock Polished. What's he going to do here? Back to Mimikyu? Goes Koko. Wow, Shuka actually allowed that to live. But I don't know if it'll be enough for him. I can go Zygarde here. Pick it off with Extreme Speed. And then what I can do is live the hit with... I think Gyarados can live, unless it's Let's Snuggle forever. I think I can live anything with Gyarados and then crunch through the disguise and then win that way. So that's actually a problem. I need him to miss Play Rough, basically. Yeah, this endgame was not very good on my part. I knew Mimikyu's disguise would be a problem. Like, because I didn't have the hazards to pressure the Dragonite, I had to sacrifice a few Pokemon to be able to knock that thing out. And then I was not able to break the disguise in this entire process, so... I mean, yeah, there's a Play Rough, and then... My only hope here is that, like, he's Adamant, but actually my Zygarde was basically just as fast as this thing, so if he's Jolly... Well, actually, Adamant would outspeed me, yeah, but he does... That's really terrible. I didn't deserve this game. I'm not going to drop a GG for that, but... I mean, it's an 81% chance to win at the end for him, just because he obviously had to connect two of those, but... I wasn't going off the miss, but I'm obviously going to play off of whatever odds I can. Well, I've gotten pretty lucky in this live. That's definitely very true, but yeah, I'm going to acknowledge I did not deserve that game at all right there, and we're able to get the points, which is, I guess, pretty cool, but yeah, that guy should have won, and I'll be right back with another game. Okay, so last game, totally okay with acknowledging that I should have lost that game right there, of course. There was no reason I should have won. Obviously, I'm still going to play off the miss in the end, but like, I should not have won that game right there. In this game right here, Zapdos is going to be really frustrating to play against, but I mean, he's kind of running offense too, like maybe it's Defog or maybe just SD Scissor. And maybe Defog Zapdos with an offensive spread, like maybe max HP, max speed. Hawlucha can win here, so can my Landorus if I get rid of Zapdos. I don't know, I feel like this might come down to how many times he static paralyzes me, because so many of my sweat up superiors are so good right here. Let's lead Gren. On Gren versus Gren lead, I will be spiking up. And then, I don't know, maybe he'll go Zapdos and allow me to Ice Beam it. He's actually clearly Scarf Protean, so that's a problem in itself, just because I obviously can have some trouble with that, because Scarf Gren outspeeds my Lando. Just knocks me out with Scald, okay. So I can go Gyarados here and just hope I don't get burnt. I want to do this because what it'll allow me to do is at least make sure that the Zapdos does not become too much of a problem, because I can obviously just go ahead and Waterfall that and weaken it at the very least, right? So let's see right here. I'm going to Dragon Dance in regular form. There isn't any ability. If I Mega Evolve, do I negate Regenerator? I mean, he was at full anyway. So yeah, that's why I didn't actually go for the other thing. Let's go for Dragon Dance again. I didn't Mega Evolve because I don't want to take super effective damage from a U-turn, and yeah, that was mainly the main reason right there. There was really nothing else. I can Dragon Dance again here very safely though, and if he wants to SD up, I will Waterfall him in regular form. Just goes for the U-turn, okay. Now what I can do is Mega Evolve, and do I have to Mega to knock this out? Gyarados. OU Dragon Dance Sweeper against Toxapex. We're gonna get the third Dragon Dance Gyarados win right away. It looks like with Spikes I do knock him out, so I have no reason to Mega Evolve. Nice, okay. That thing's gone, and I'm still not Mega Evolved, so Scissor cannot come back in, live the hit, and U-turn for free. Zygarde should go down. He has to go out to a Mon here and force me to Mega Evolve, basically, to knock it out. Which Mon that could do that is Zapdos. Because I'm pretty sure if I Mega Evolve, I can take a Discharge or Thunderbolt, but if I don't, because of the 4 times effective thing, I won't be able to do that, so... It does go Scissor anyway. So yeah, like I said, I'm going to Waterfall here in regular form. And I gotta flinch. Man, what is with me lucking this live? Goes for Bullet Punch and I knock that out, okay. So now his play has to go Zapdos. It's the only thing that can actually live. Okay, there he goes. If I flinch this right here, I'm really sorry, but I'm still gonna make my best possible play and try to do that. As he actually did not get the... Well, I'm in range of Extreme Speed, but he actually did not knock me out, so... That's cool. I wish I was slower here. I would definitely try to Earthquake on a Roost, but because if I was slower, he would probably Roost and go off that, but... I don't know, do you want to paralyze me? Nope. Okay, now I think it just comes down to does he have E-Speed. And he goes ahead and disconnects right there, so... I'm going to assume that's a forfeit, and yeah, I definitely got very lucky. I dodged the... Well, first of all, I flinched Scissor. I have no idea what it clicked, but... Look, no matter what it did, I would have 2-hit KO'd. The only thing that could have mattered was... If he actually clicked U-turn there, I would have been in range of the Zapdos' attack, but at that point, I already had Zapdos weakened to the point of range where it was in range of my Zygarde and Landos attacks. Like, if I was at +2, I could Flyinium Z that, so I think I did what I was trying to aim to do, and weaken the Zapdos, and I think I would have had a great shot late game regardless of all, I guess, like, the flinch and not getting paralyzed, of course, but I'll take the win, and I'll be right back with another game. Alright, so I'm thinking this will be our last game right here, going to be up against a Sun team. I think my best possible lead right here would probably be my Tapu Koko. And what I can do right here is just taunt the Clef right away. I don't know if he's going to make a hard switch out into Garchomp, as that does appear that's what he wants to do right here. Gyarados is not good here at all. Like, he has... I know it's a Sun team, but he's going to get up Sun, and that weakens my Water-type attacks, so... I'm going to make sure that I can't take a Scarf Earthquake, and I will be Dragon Dancing in regular form on the incoming Clef. Even if he's unaware, I do know that I can break it with the Mold Breaker. I hope so. I hope I'm not getting that wrong. And I will be Mega Evolving right here. Negating the unaware, as I clearly negated if it was unaware. I'm able to live Thunderbolt under terrain, which is interesting. And I can crunch now. I'm just going to Earthquake in case he tries to knock me out with Rough Skin, but let's see what he wants to bring out next. So that puts me in a pretty good scenario. Goes Garchomp. I mean, do I Earthquake or do I... He's Scarfed, so I'm going to bet Outsped here. Do I predict Outrage? No, I'm just going to see what he wants to lock himself into and go off that, because I feel like I can just win with Lando on its own. Goes for Stone Edge. I'm pretty sure Lando can take these anyway, and just Rock Polish up. So there's a Torkoal. I mean, like, even if he's Will-O-Wisp, I mean, I'm going to Earthquake first. And then do what I can after that. So there's a Lava Plume. Crit Burn. Okay, so I'm glad I didn't SD. And I guess what I should do now is just go for Earthquake again. It looks like it knocks it out, so... Edge goes out into Charizard. I don't know how much the Supersonic Sky Strike's doing. I would have won this game right there, for sure. Because if he didn't crit me, I would have been able to SD again. This is going to go down. I guess he did not see the value in that Mon. Yeah, I don't think I brought it out at like a terrible time. I think it would have actually done some work, but... Let's go for Earthquake now. And then I think I will just be racking up the game with my Zygarde. So let's bring out Zygarde here. And just click Dragon Dance. And I don't know, is this HB Ice? Maybe? Does he knock me out with HB Ice? I don't think so. Does this live? Nope. Okay. Okay, that was interesting. He's going to go for Outrage here, so I'll just go out into Tapu Koko. It actually goes Heatran, so I'll be taunting this. I don't know what switch he expected. Maybe Gren. I dodged an overheat, which is like really big. I'll get up a light screen here, and then follow it up with the reflect, and then taunt this. Yeah, taunting this is definitely the play, just to prevent rocks or anything like that, and because I feel like he might try to get up last ditch effort rocks. Doesn't look like it's Scarf Turn either. There's the rocks. And now he's forced to just attack me, so let's let him knock me out here. Okay, so he doesn't want to attack me, which is interesting. Just attack me, man. Okay, I'll go for U-turn then. What do I taunt this to? Let's just taunt this to. I mean, he's just going to keep on switching back and forth, and I feel like he's going to just keep on doing that to stall out screen turns, so let's just go for U-turn. Okay, so I get it wrong. I'll bring out Gren. On an Eruption. Pfft. Very strong attack right there. So I preserved that Mon because I wanted to be able to get my terrain up later for Hawlucha, which basically wins the game now too. So here I can just go for a Spike on the Torkoal coming in, and then I don't know, I'm just gonna get up a T-Spike too maybe, as he goes for Rapid Spin. I'm just trying to get at my Zygarde safely, like, come on. Okay, I'm just gonna go out into Zygarde here on the rocks, and just click 1,000 arrows, like, come on. He goes out into this. I will be going Tapu Koko here, because if he knocks me out, I get to go for a U-turn here on the incoming Heatran, and try to wrap up the game right here with Hawlucha, assuming I hit my high jump kick. Which, let's see if I missed the 90% accurate move that wins me the game. I do not. I'm able to go ahead and knock it out. And it looks like the last two Pokemon are in range right here. So we're going to go ahead and end off the live right there. Kind of got tedious towards the end. I knew I had the game locked up, but he was just switching around to the point where I couldn't get my win cons in. But I believe 1746 is top 500 on this account. Let me go ahead and double check that real quick. But yeah, that'll be the end of the live. This is actually a really solid one. I believe he finished 8-1, which is definitely very cool. 1746 is number 450, and we actually have a decent GXC now. Not the best, 77, but it's something, I guess. So yeah, I do a lot of testing on this account for vids too, so I don't know. I mean, but yeah, that's why the GXC is kind of lackluster. But I did hope you guys enjoyed, of course. Once again, this team will be down below in the description in case you guys do want to try it out. I know it's not everybody's favorite playstyle. I'm definitely going to acknowledge that too. So if you did not really enjoy the vid as much as some of my other ones, I completely understand that. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed regardless, and I'll see you next time. Later.